Hey everybody, welcome back. For those of you new here, my name is Jeremy. Today's going to be a little bit different. Kind of like last week was a little bit different, but not everything is kind of different right now, so kind of have to go with it, I guess. So last week's project, whenever I was working on the diorama, I had to sculpt a little skull for the dragon. Got me thinking. I started doing a little bit of researching on maybe jumping into the 3D printing world. I don't know yet. I do think I'm probably going to do something like that. I am looking at maybe the Creality, the Ender 3. Then on the resin side of things, I'm looking at the Anycubic Photon, maybe the Photon Zero. I'm not sure. I know the build plate on the Photon Zero is a little bit smaller, but that doesn't really mean anything to me right now because I don't know. I did have a print that came from a buddy over at the Eclectic Podcast, Hans. He did a Yoda print. This is one of those things where, you know, stuck at home, finally got around to painting this, and you know, whenever it was first printed, you get like the step lines and all that stuff, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. But then once I painted it, kind of have a better opinion of it, you know. Turned out nice for just quick paint job, nothing major on that. But it got me thinking, and like I said, I started doing some research after that. Started watching some videos. Tomb of the 3D printed horrors has a really good series on the Ender 3, and made me realize that there's a lot that you could do to it. Here's where I really do believe in keeping things local, and I don't want my local game store to be hurt by that. But my thought is this: there was a video done by another Jeremy on YouTube. He's actually got Black Magic Craft, and he did a diorama with the Mandalorian. A lot of the stuff that he had on there was 3D printed in support of that diorama. So I think as long as you're not replacing your regular purchasing habits with the 3D printer and maybe using it as a support role, that's something that I could probably live with myself. But then I got looking at Kickstarter. There's a lot of people out there that are making money selling those files. It would be supporting them. They're pretty small businesses. There's a couple out there right now that do like ones like this City Builder Unlimited, which is really cool because you can build the buildings that you want in the way that you want them and then print them out, as opposed to some of the stuff I've got from Pegasus Hobbies in the past that had a lot of extra pieces, and the way that they were put together, I mean, they were great at the time, but I don't know that it holds up anymore. I'd like to maybe see about 3D printing a couple buildings and using them as backdrops for photos like I have been doing, but I don't know. I'd like to hear what you guys think about it. And if you can leave that in the comments below, I'd appreciate it. Just one of those things kind of thing, especially whenever we have a lot more time than we used to at the moment because of the climate of the world. And I've done a lot. I've tried my hardest not to talk about COVID, just because I think everybody's, it just consumes our world so much that it's nice to to not think about it, so I've not mentioned it in videos before now. But unfortunately, with the time that we've had, and my local area, everything's shut down. I imagine it's that way in most places, but I couldn't get anything if I wanted to locally, so the 3D printer would come in handy like now. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, tell me what you think. I like opinion on that. What do you think of the Creality Ender 3? What about anybody out there have an Anycubic, a Photon, or the Photon Zero? I'd like to know about those. I know resin, they said, is hard to jump into, but I mean, we're doing minis. It's hard not to do resin. But yeah, let me know. I do appreciate you. I apologize again. Video's different this time. Let me know what you think. Thanks.